Okay, so last week I'm out bush. I get this email coming in from the career mail. They're patting themselves on the back, saying, "Oh, look, we've come up with this thing. We've got this new campaign. We're calling the campaign Back Australia. Like this great epiphany. Let's back Australia. This is this massive initiative." That ranges from the economic benefits. I'm reading part of the email, okay? Benefits of buying Australian made to the need to bolster local manufacturing for the sake of our national security and sovereignty. This is the great idea they've come up with. Because patriotism isn't just a warm and fuzzy feeling, it is vital to a nation's survival. This goes on. This is the writer of this is Joe Hildebrand. Now, I'm not scoffing really at Joe Hildebrand. It's more the Courier Mail and this initiative. He goes on to say that his friends lament that there wasn't enough patriotism in the Labor Party was one of many conversations that have been taking place for years inside the ALP. Those conversations have now become declarations at the apex of Labor's success. Once more, this is no coincidence. A strong national economy, a strong national border, and a strong sense of national pride should never be anathema to the Labour Party. They should be at its very heart. As a potential future Prime Minister recently told him of a former Prime Minister, John Howard, saying, "We will decide who comes to our country and the circumstances in which they come." Hear, hear. We need more of that. This should never have been seen as a controversial statement. It should simply have been seen as a statement of fact. Snooty inner city elites might still sneer at national pride, but they were wrong before and they were wrong. They are wrong today. My issue with all of this, okay, I agree with what they're saying, with what's being written here by Hildebrand. My issue is they've come up with this great idea. Hey, got this great campaign. Let's back Australia. You know what we should start doing? We should get back to manufacturing our own things, making, creating our own things. We should get back to owning the things that are in this country. We should get back to being a nation that can support itself and doesn't rely on other nations. So we're not beholden to other nations. And they come up with this campaign, Back Australia. The thing that frustrates me, like I read the whole thing last week and I'm like, this is ridiculous. It I find it infuriating because they come up like, oh, what a great campaign. Look at us. Look at us go. How smart are we? You freaking idiots. Oh, when I was a kid, there were people, old fellas. I can't even remember how many times I heard it, but I'm talking like 40 years ago. I remember old fellas back then saying, man, we should be buying Australian. We should be manufacturing our own stuff. We should not be selling our stuff, sending our stuff all overseas. We should not be sending our manufacturing overseas. We should not be selling these industries to outsourcing them to other nations and other companies that just take them overseas. People have been talking about this for decades upon decades. And these nufties come up with, oh, let's back Australia. This would be good. How about we start getting back to manufacturing in Australia? Oh, how about we start closing up our borders and watching who actually comes into our borders? Now that we've allowed a plethora of individuals who shouldn't be here, who are nothing but ingrates, to come here and they cause havoc, wreak havoc across our whole nation. Oh, you know what we should do? We should actually monitor people. We should actually have a say and decide who comes to our country. We should actually decide who comes and what circumstances they come in. Wow, great idea, dipsticks. People have been talking about this for half a century, and you're finally on the boat. You're finally on the bandwagon. Don't pat yourselves on the back and say, look at this great idea we've done. Just your average Australian has been talking about this for half a century at least. And you are just now getting on board and saying, let's start a campaign where we back Australia. You freaking idiots. And you're too late. You've been a part of what's destroyed this nation for the last several decades now. So you need to pull your finger out and do better. Okay. Not just mastheads like the Courier Mail, the politicians. Don't come up and say, oh, let's back Australia. Look what we should be doing. You should never have gone down this path in the first place. This is frustrating. And then you pat yourself on the back and, oh, look at us. We're so smart. Like I said this before, this is what happened is currently happened with QPS. They create this problem where they need recruits because they can't handle the amount of people leaving on a weekly basis. It's just too many. So they created the problem because they made an enemy out of people who are already in the job. Okay, they treat people like the enemy. They create the problem, then they come back with some rubbish solution and say, "Oh, look at us, we got the solution." Forget the fact that we caused the flipping problem in the first place. But we're so good. Look at us. We're gonna fix it with people who shouldn't be in the job, and we're going to train them poorly. We're going to lower our standards till we get more people in. We're going to get all people from overseas to come in, people who can't speak the language properly, people who don't understand the culture. We're going to get a bunch of people who would never have made it through. But hey, forget the fact that we caused the problem. This is what the government's saying. This is what the Courier Mail is saying. Forget the fact that we were part of the problem in the first place and we caused it. Look at us. We've come up with this great solution. The solution that your average Australian knew 50 years ago. You freaking idiots. Sorry, bit of a rant. That's just my opinion. Let me know what you think. Do you agree? You'd have to agree, surely. I'm J Fallon. Check out my music, J Fallon Music on Spotify, Apple, and give me a like, share, comment. Thanks for listening to The Slippery Slope.
They just fuel a desire that will take me higher.